I can justify, I can rationalize. No. A bottom line is a bright line over which I will not cross. So, for example, let's say that you and I are negotiating over some thing, some commodity, and I've done my analysis, and I've decided the most I'm willing to pay for your item is $10. Let's say you start at 20. You ask for 20, and we negotiate, and over time, I get you down to $10.50. Right? I have been very successful. But if all I can get you to is $10.50, and you say to me credibly, Maggie, $10.50, that's it. My answer to you is, thank you for your time. We have no deal. Not at 10:01, not at 10:02, and certainly not at 10:50. Why? Because I have done the analysis, and unless I learn something in the negotiation that I could not have known in advance of that negotiation, $10 is the number. And let me tell you how hard that is for us to do. Because the closer we get and the more time we spend, the more we want to say yes. We want it. And so we then, and we human beings are excellent at this, we will find reasons to say yes. Oh, think about all the time. I got them to come down to $20 to $10.50. I'm really good. Okay, it's close enough. Yes. No. No. Learn to say that. In fact, Fisher and Ury might want to retitle their book, Getting to Know, because that may be the harder task, because we can self-instruct to say yes. We've got to be able to also have the discipline to walk away. Thirdly, we've got our reservation price. We have our alternatives. Here's one that we oftentimes don't even think about, and that is, what is our aspiration? What is a calculated analysis? What would that lead us to in terms of what's an optimistic assessment of what we could achieve in this negotiation? Because from a psychological perspective, what I have to do is I literally have to leverage myself up. Because if I think about my bottom line and my alternative, I'm thinking about the worst possible outcomes that are acceptable. I have also got to think about what's possible. And when I talk about an aspiration, I am not talking about that first offer that you throw out that you know is extreme and you have no commitment to. I'm talking about a number, a goal that is challenging but achievable. And what you're trying to do is get as close to that as you can, not be dragged down by the worst possible outcome to which you could agree. So those are the three things that we need to think about before we walk in to a negotiation. Now that we have that, we find ourselves getting ready to think about the negotiation. And what I want to talk about are 5 myths. And these are the myths we're going to talk about. The first one is, do I even see this situation as a negotiation? And this is called, you don't negotiate here. And we find ourselves in many situations where we might even tell ourselves that you don't negotiate here. Second one is, get them to make the first offer. Another myth, and we'll talk about that. What I'd really like to do in a negotiation is I want you to make me the first offer, and then I'll respond. Third, honesty is the best negotiating policy. Right? So is truth a useful thing in negotiation? And when is it useful? And when can it be a problem? The fourth myth, emotions have no place at the bargaining table. We're going to talk about this because for years, even negotiating experts have told us emotions get in the way. Well, they can get in the way, absolutely. But we're going to talk about some of the recent research that's been done that demonstrates how we can be more effective negotiators if we also use emotion. Not every emotion, certain types of emotion. And finally, the belief that I had no choice. I had no options, so I took the deal. All right.